Okay, hi, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. This is going to be good. I found one of the most in-your-face Freemasonic parks to show the true nature of our Earth right in our faces, and you're going to love this. So, first of all, this is Darling Park. It's in Sydney, Australia, and it is a business park. The center here is a garden, and there's a fountain right in the middle. These are two identical towers. Call them, it's Tower 1 and Tower 2, both 32 stories tall and identical to each other. So what I'm going to show you here is just amazing. So basically, I'm going to show you here's the, basically a flat Earth map, a real representation of our Earth, of our realm, of the place we live. Here is the obelisk and a pyramid to show who built it. The Freemasons built this park, and I'll show you more about that. And this is going to be so cool. Inside here, there's a dome, like the firmament, that has the stars and the zodiacs in the ceiling. There's also a clock, which is also a azimuth or equidistant map, just like this. The same map that the United Nations, the World Health Organization, and several other organizations that run the world use as their main logo on their flag, right in our faces. So if this is going to be cool, I'm going to show you item by item how it was built, who built it. There's going to be a couple guys that do an actual tour that I'm going to show you video, and you're going to love this. So stick with me here. Basically, let's start with this first of all. This is probably one of the best actual visualizations anybody could have. These are the continents raised up out of the oceans. This is all the world oceans. The perimeter is Antarctica, which contains all of the water, and it's the highest continent on Earth. That's a provable fact, and it contains all the water in the center, so it doesn't run off. We're not too sure what's past the Antarctic shoreline because of the Antarctic Treaty, of course. But this is what the world really looks like. So when you're standing in California, or let's say you're standing in New York, and you are looking out across the Atlantic towards Europe, your feet are the exact same flat elevation, exact same level as France and Portugal and the shoreline in England or anywhere else. Every shoreline, sea level, is a constant reference point because it's the exact same level everywhere because it's not curving. And this is so basic and so profound and so beautiful. And this is why I just love this topic, because this is natural science, this is reality, and it's just breaking that mind illusion of thinking that the water curves and that Australia down here is upside down is just ridiculous. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so let me show you who built this thing, how in your face this whole thing is. If I showed you there were the twin towers, two towers, the exact same height. If you can see this here, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but this is on the 33rd degree of latitude, which is just an odd coincidence, or I tend to think it's built there specifically because of this. The towers are 32 stories each, which pays homage to the Freemasons. Here's your obelisks. These are Freemasonic obelisks all over the world, planting their phallic sign to show that they've dominated and taken over. So that's what it is. Okay, you've got the pyramid. They love the pyramid. They use these signs as their calling card, as their trophy to show you exactly who it is. You have the Scottish Rite, Freemasons. A 32nd degree Freemason is the Scottish Rite Freemasonry. Okay, so those twin towers, they were built in 1999, 2 years or a year and a half before 9/11. So they built the twin towers, 33 stories tall. Right at the year 2000, 2001 was their coming out party. 9/11 was their coming out party, where they come out, they say, here we are, this is what we're doing. We are tearing these buildings down, and we're going to build the One World Trade Center. And they made it into a pyramid. If you look at the design, the One World Trade Center is a pyramid, and that's what that is. So it's just fascinating that they go out and build this Twin Towers 2 years before 9/11, and they put basically a flat Earth map and clock and the firmament all in this business park. So these are the two towers, Tower 1, Tower 2, and Tower 3, which is also like the Twin Towers and Building 7, which is shorter. This one is like 25 stories tall, so it's distinctly shorter. So it's basically a representation of the Twin Towers and Building 7. And what do we have a half a mile away? A couple blocks away is the Supreme Council of Freemasons, their lodge, half a mile away. Supreme Council, 33rd degree accepted Scottish Rite on 379 Pitt Street, and it is literally a half a mile from Darling Park. Okay, so they're right there. Okay, so again, here is the flat Earth map, or the azimuthal equidistant map, the two towers, and you can see the overall garden. It looks like a flower or like sound resonance, which is just a beautiful thing. And I think there's a lot of other symbolism here, but I'm going to show you an actual tour that these two Australian guys made on the ground here, and we'll watch that, and I'll come back and wrap this up with a couple other things to describe the interior with the dome and the stars, which is also just amazing. And let's get to that.
And we're live. We want to introduce you. This is first and foremost, this is your moderators from official Flat Earth Globe discussions, Sami and Billy.
Hey guys,
I'm going to drop these for now. Billy Zigg here. Billy is actually, we have to give him credit for the really good video he does. If you haven't seen it, go to Billy Zigg on YouTube and check out the dome experiment, which is a very interesting thing. It'll just get you thinking. But yes, while we're here, check this out.
So we're at Darling Park in Sydney, and you'll see here they've got an azimuthal equidistant map. I've always wanted to come here, so Sam and I have made our way here.
And we'll walk inside once we're finished and show them the stuff in there too.
Show on the circumnavigating the world on the flat Earth map. And that's what they used to think. Water's contained in by an outer perimeter.
And
you see the water's level. A water cannot be level on a ball, because if it was a spinning ball, they would have had a spinning ball here, and the water would wrap.
There is only one thing to show you that there's a ball, and that's under the feet of the crane. It's holding onto the ball, which is on the obelisk.
Okay, so as he walks around, imagine circumnavigating the Earth. If you're heading west, you keep north 90 degrees to your right, and you travel in a slow circle, and you don't have to dip down and curve down around a curving surface. You're basically keeping north to you're heading to your 90 degrees right, and you travel in a giant circle, and then that's what it is. Right. It's amazing.
Let's quickly, while we've got a little bit of battery, Billy, I'm going to quickly go back inside and just show them the firmament on this one and that world clock. So follow us quickly, because we've got something really cool to show you. Maybe not as cool as this, but almost as cool as this. So let's go. It all gels in together just to show you. So someone that thought of that idea of having the equatorial map, they know about the firmament. They're probably a very biblical person, whoever created this, because I'm going to show you why we say that. So if you've just missed the fountain out the front, I'm going to show you a smaller scale version of it so you haven't missed it, or just go back and watch the video when we're finished. But we're going to come down this side. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can just see what we see as we walk down. There's two things that as a flat earther or as a Christian or as a truth seeker or whatever you want to call it, you're going to be stumped or astounded, blown away. First thing I'm going to show you is the first thing you're going to see here is the heavens above. So why we call that the heavens above or the firmament? Well, clearly they've planted stars everywhere, and they've given us the zodiac. The zodiac are in there. They've given us the stars. We've got the zodiac
type effect, like a dome type effect happening around it.
All the celestial bodies. And what do we see up here? Whales in the oceans above. So the whales and the sea creatures represent the oceans above. And you can see there's waves everywhere. Anywhere where something's coming and there's waves underneath it. Follow us through here now. So we've got the heavens above. So keep in mind we've got a flat earth map out the front. We've got a dome cafe here with the heavens above, the waters above, the constellations. So you've got all your zodiac constellations. You can see Scorpio here. You know what I mean? So it's quite an interesting place. So yeah, look, I'll give you a quick view, but this is actually one. Are you ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. If you're an FEA, you're gonna love this. You reckon they're ready for this?
Yeah, let's
watch this. Look at this. Look at that. See the waters above? See the waters above, Bill?
Yeah, it's amazing actually.
Okay, cool. I mean, how do you know? But yeah.
Look at that. Recessed into the wall is a massive scale clock of the flat earth map with what Bill can explain this a little bit better.
As a clock. So what it's showing here is just a different path of the sun. So it's got the summer sunset line here. We've got a winter sunset line through here. Straight through here they've got a spring autumnal sunset right through the centre. So you can imagine, you can see why the sun light gets closer to this moving around. If you go through this, it's got the path of the vernal and autumnal and equinoctial sun. This is really interesting because the dial here moving around. But you'll see at the moment this is depicting what time it is, and you'll see that the sun path is over Australia. They haven't just used the normal straight indicator. They've got this wavy, as you can see, this wavy dial.
Beautifully presented.
I'm not even sure why you do it.
So it gets thinner and thicker as well. It's very nice. It's just
really interesting. And
quickly. Sorry, come around.
As Sam said, I don't even know why you put a flat earth map up outside with water, but showing containing water. Inside you've got that. Inside that. Obviously.
Hey Jeremiah.
Obviously,
someone who did it knew it. But let's look at this quickly. Masonic. We can't go anywhere without something Masonic. And there you go.
It was them that did it, but
quickly, let's show them the smaller scale model.
Let's just jump in the helicopter here and show you a live view.
Smaller scale model over here. So me and Billy are going to get in the chopper. You ready to take off, Billy?
Yep, there we go.
Alright, ready? This is live from the helicopter. It's No, but this is...
have a weather break.
If you missed the fountain, this is actually the fountain. How are you, Jeremiah? My man, that's good. That's the flat earth map out the front. And that's the shape of the garden, as I was saying. It's like a resonance or a sound wave. This is the dome with the triangle on the roof. This is the place. Right?
Yeah.
So look at this. Look, to top it off, look what's actually above us. When we were outside, we could see the dome. It's got a pyramid above it. The hole out the dome goes to that pyramid. And underneath is the dome. Come on, man.
Come on. And you've got
Whoever designed this?
big triangle right at the bottom.
That's right.
Over there. So
Yeah.
What else can we
Whoever
see?
designed this knew exactly how to do it.
Definitely. And free.
Talk. Let's do. Oh, look, I love how they do these little islands, man. Check this. Man, this has been here since '99, and the levels aren't rising or dropping. What do you reckon? Is it climate change a farce, or?
And the water didn't fall off the edge of the earth, you notice, for some reason.
And you notice when
Off the edge of
I kept walking, I didn't fall off the earth. I actually got back on land, which is probably what is actually going to happen.
Let's walk around.
I'd say it'd be cold. I'd say it'd be cold out here, but I don't think it stops and falls off an edge. It's right in the middle, the North Pole.
Yeah, so I didn't notice where the shade is here, but I wonder if it's creating like a clock.
It's like a sundial.
Like a dial. Yeah.
Right.
Not sure what the intention was. I just made that up. You can obviously see as the sun goes past the shade, it's going to move. And I wonder if we can take this shape, measure this shade and measure the shape of the Earth, Sam. Could we?
Go here.
That way?
No, the other way.
Here he
You can
is.
see what's on. Hey, my folks. Sitting on top of the world.
I love that. So there he is. He's just taken over the whole place, yeah? Brilliant.
Get the cocaine from me.
But the water's contained by an outer perimeter. I don't know if it is. Does the water go forever? And the land's in the centre? We don't know. We're not saying this is the actual map of the Earth. Australia's not that size.
We're not vouching for its accuracy.
No way at all. It's just
This is how it would work in reality.
yeah, it's just like the water's contained, water's level over vast distances. No one's been able to prove otherwise. You know, they don't have a ball here, a big globe with spitting with water on it. I don't see that. I see a flat, contained water. Because this place is like positioned right in the middle. Like, have a look where we are. Look around. There's
Three similar buildings.
massive
that are built
buildings.
Tangent.
Darling Harbour's over there.
This
like
was
in that
one
direction.
project done in one hit
Just fantastic.
in the 90s.
The Sofitel Hotel over there. And this pattern outside is the flower of life. So this garden is representing the flower of life. If you saw it inside, that the model that we showed is actually what you're seeing here. And it's actually a very beautiful spot. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, look.
The Flat Earth Sun and Moon Clock App, a dynamic new app to teach family and friends about where they actually live. The sky is a perfect clock. The sun measures the hours and days. The moon measures the weeks and months. The star constellations measure the seasons and years. 12/12 or 24-hour clock face, or go hands-free. The Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock App with new added features. World Time. See what time it is all around the flat Earth. A true Earth compass that shows true navigation across and around the flat Earth plane. Weather. Tap for detailed local weather information. Know what phase and where the moon is at all times. Watch the sun travel between the tropics for the seasons.
Okay, so just to wrap this up here, this is a accurate map of the world, and it is a clock. And the Bible also says that the sky is a clock. He said that he created the stars and the luminaries and the greater light and the lesser light, which is the sun and the moon, for signs and seasons, and set them in the firmament, which is what was in that business park. They showed the dome, they showed the firmament, they showed the clock. And this is what happens. That you saw that animation I just showed you. The sun travels in a circuit, in a circle around this plane daily, and the moon chases it. They follow the same path. And you can see around the perimeter, you can see the hours of the day. The exterior white is Antarctica. The center is North Pole. That's why the North Pole has a magnetic north. It's interesting that a compass would only work on a flat plane, because otherwise, when you hold the compass parallel with the ground so that the dial will actually spin, it has to point towards north, which is the center. But if north on a globe, if you're in like California or in the equator, you're looking like 45 degrees into the dirt, into the earth, across through the earth to get to the North Pole. So a compass wouldn't even work, which is just interesting in itself. But this here just shows that the sun and the moon and the stars rotate around this on a daily and yearly basis, and it's a perfect clock. And you can see the way that the light shines on the bottom here. You can see the summer solstice and the winter solstice. Let me show you this. This is a planisphere. Where are we? Let's see if I can get a better. Okay. This is a planisphere. This is something that a guy named Miller developed, which is a dial. On the outside is the time of day and the date. And you turn the dial to that time of day and date. And then in this window here is the stars that are visible in the sky. And it's that basic because it goes in a slow circle. And we're not twisting and flying through outer space. The stars are slowly rotating over our stationary Earth. Okay, so this planisphere, what's amazing about this is, check this out. The guy that actually made this thing, he has a patent, and he used the Gleason's map. He used this map to patent his planisphere. And I'll show it to you. Check this out. Here is United States patent. William Eisenhower created the universal planisphere. And patent citations down here. You look right here, top number 1, 1893, Alexander Gleason. And this is the Gleason map that he's referencing in order to create his planisphere. And there it is. That is how it works. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that beautiful? And that's what they're showing you in that business park, right in your face. And again, it came out in 1999, right when the big coming out party, when 9/11 came out, and you've got that aspect to it, built by the Freemasons, very much in your face, that they showed their calling card 3 different ways of the who built it, and there it is. You know, so this was made 1893. This is the Gleason's map to create the planisphere, which you just set the dial, and this is the physical stars that are in the sky if you just set the time and clock. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that beautiful? And the coolest thing is, it's exactly what the Bible says. So, you know, it blows my mind how this stuff all dovetails together, and it's just great, just wonderful. So I'll stop there. I appreciate you watching. If you have any comments or questions, please leave a comment, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, take care. Hope you enjoyed it.